Hi, boys and girls. How are you doing today? Are you having a good time with your families? I certainly hope that you're taking this opportunity to have some good outside activities. Are you riding your bikes? Are you skateboarding? Maybe you're doing some roller skating. I don't know, but I just hope that you are having a great time with your family. Are you ready for chapter 2? Of our Read Aloud Mayhem versus the Super Bully. Maybe this time we'll find out who the Super Bully is. So, do you have your reading buddy? Do you have your favorite stuffed animal with you right now? Is your mom and dad there with you? Maybe they can also pick up a copy of Cara West's Mayhem series, because there's a whole entire series that she has, and it's really fun. So I hope that you are ready for chapter 2 of Mayhem versus the Super Bully. So let's see here. Chapter 2, meeting Allie. Oh my goodness, do you see Mia? She looks like starts with a T. Tornado. Can you wave your finger in the air like a tornado? Like you just don't care? All right, let's go. At the entrance to the pits, I took out my suit. Then I spun around 3 times. Oh, spin around 3 times with me. 1, 2, 3. I finally mastered the quick superhero change trick. On the outside, the pits looks like an empty old warehouse. There's even a do not enter sign dangling on the front. But when you walk in, it's a top secret superhero training school. I looked around the lobby, which is known as the campus. A group of older students walked by. I stopped a tall, slender girl in a violet suit. Maybe she would know where Dr. Dash's fast class was. Oh, sure, she said, pointing to the back exit. Fast class is outside. You need to go to the super cutie. The super what? I asked, confused. But when I turned around, she was already gone. Did she really just say the super cutie? That didn't sound right. I walked in the direction she pointed, toward a big arched door. Super cutie? What could she have possibly meant? Do you see the tall, slender girl? Do you see the entrance to the super cutie? What do you think the super cutie might be? Okay, quickly make your prediction. Did you make it? Okay, let's find out if your prediction is going to be right later. Because smart readers can make predictions, and then they can read along to find out if their prediction is right. So be a smart reader. Make sure that you made that prediction. Maybe I needed to ask somebody else, but then I'd have to ask if they'd seen the super cutie. Yeah, no thanks. I opened the door and walked down the long tree-lined path. There was a clear protective dome over the tall trees. Soon I saw a familiar blazing red cape ahead. Hey, Penn, I shouted excitedly, running to catch up. When Penn Powers and I first met, we didn't exactly get off on the right foot. I thought he was a major show-off. Do you have somebody that maybe you didn't kind of get along, but you learned how to get along with each other? You know what? I hope that this super bully is somebody eventually Mia might get along with. Do you hope so too? I hope so too. But luckily we became friends after going on a flying mission to find a crazy cat. We stood in front of a screen that looked like a robot. There were 5 superpower icons. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many super icons were there? There were 5. Give me a high five. Well, even I've never been out here, said Penn, and pointed at the pictures that looked like 3 forward arrows. Looks like the fast class is to the right, I said. So this is kind of like their compass is kind of pointing them to the right way, right? That's what a compass does. It goes north, south, east, and west. it gives you direction. So maybe that's like another kind of guidepost or a compass. Just as we made the turn, someone knocked us down. Get out of the way, slow pokes, the kid yelled before he rushed on. Whoa, are you guys okay? Asked a girl who ran over to help us. Maybe that is finally the super bully. We have Mia Mayhem, we have Penn Powers, and then we have this kid here who just knocked them over and didn't even check to see if they were okay. Is that nice? No, not at all. The girl was wearing a green supersuit that had silver zigzags on the elbows. Yeah, thanks, I replied. Then I bent down to brush the dirt off my boots. Whoa, your silver leg blades are awesome, I exclaimed, looking up. Starting from the base of her knee, each of her lower legs were made of metal. Then at the ankle, a curved blade completed each foot. They fit perfectly with her blazing green suit. Yeah, aren't they cool, she asked with a grin. I call these my blades of glory. I've got all different kinds of legs depending on what I'm doing. Do you see her different type of legs? So boys and girls, she's what we call an amputee. So she's a double amputee where both of her legs are gone. But you know what? She still deserves to be treated fairly, right? So even though she's different, she's still a human being. She deserves to be treated fairly, just like anybody else. And guess what? She's still a superhero. So I think that's really cool. These ones are great for running. So it's perfect for fast class. Are you going there too? I nodded, and then Penn and I introduced ourselves. Nice to meet you, Aloud, she said warmly. Once we got to the racetrack, there were many kids already there, including the rude kid who had knocked us over. I wasn't too excited about that, but I didn't have time to worry. So now we know that the girl who's a W amputee, who has those blades of glory, what's her name? Aloud. And Aloud is a very nice person because she helped Penn and Mia when she didn't even know them, right? So that was a very nice thing. Because out of nowhere a swirl of wind blew past us and pushed us over again. This time Penn fell onto me and I fell onto Allie and Allie fell onto it was the rude kid. Hey, get off, the boy said as he picked himself up. Before we could say a word, the wind stopped. Then a man with a neat mustache and a golden whistle appeared in front of us. Sorry, I didn't mean to knock you all over. I'm Dr. Dash. Welcome to First Fast Class. So do you see the rude kid right here? Do we know his name yet? No. And then we see Dr. Dash and all the big commotion that he caused because he was going so fast. But did he apologize? Yeah, he apologized. So now we know who the rude kid is. Now we know who the super bully is, but do we know his name? Not yet. We don't know his name, but we do know the name of another character. We know Aloud, right? And Aloud is a really nice person. So maybe, just maybe, in this fast class, the rude boy will be taught a lesson of how to be nice. Have you been thinking about that super bully yet? Or that bully yet that I asked you about in the last lesson? Have you tried to make nice with them in the meantime? Sometimes it's just a matter of just kind of staying away until they figure out how to be a nice person. And that can be okay too, right? Sometimes you just have to avoid mean people and only hang on to the people that are nice to you. That can be a positive solution with the bully. So boys and girls, that was chapter 2. That was chapter 2. We have a couple of more chapters that we have to go through, and then we'll figure out what happens in the whole entire story. But, boys and girls, I want you to hold on to that prediction, and let's see if that prediction comes true in chapter 3, okay? So stay tuned to Mrs. Ferguson's Read Aloud time, because I like to teach children how to read in easy steps. 1, 2, 3.